5 years from now, your future self will either thank you for building those digital assets or you're going to wish you had done it sooner. This is why today in this video, I'm going to teach you about or talk to you about digital products, not just as something that can bring in money today or tomorrow or next week or to pay this month's rent or next month's rent, but as something that can support your financial freedom later on down the road, can support your financial freedom for retirement, can support your financial freedom for the day that you decide to leave that 9 to 5, can support your financial freedom for the day that comes when you're retired. If you are in a place where you feel like you don't have enough to live the lifestyle that you expected, those digital products will come in. Those digital products have a purpose, and that's why I want you to start building them now. So a digital product, and I want you to get clear on um, how it can help you to achieve those goals, how it can position you to not have to go and work a second job when you retire, and how it can position you to a space where those beach trips, those travel plans that you have after you retire, that new home that you want after you retire, you will still be able to get it. So a digital product is an asset that you create once and you sell it over and over and over again. I've created digital products over the years. I left my 9 to 5 in 2016, and digital products has been my main source of income for most of that 10 years. So you can create digital products and sell them over and over again. There was one digital product that I created. It was actually a course. It started out with about 30 people in the course when I launched it. And then that course expanded to over 100 people that had registered for that, or not registered, signed up for that course over a year, which made me over 10K from one course, just from one mini course. So we have to start looking at digital products as an asset. So retirement freedom it's a whole lot easier when you have income that is not tied to active work. So for example, a lot of you are in the space where you're jumping into coaching, where you're jumping into businesses that are MLMs that take a whole lot of your time. A lot of you are in a place where you are retiring from your 9 to 5, but taking on other positions. I totally get it. The bills, they have to be paid. They come every month like clockwork. I totally get it. But you want to make sure that when you are planning, I'm going to say from this day forward, that you are planning income opportunities that are going to work whether you are there or not. Meaning whether you are on the beach or whether you are sleeping or whether you are enjoying dinner out with your family, whatever you're doing, you can look at your phone and see, oh, I have a notification of a payment received for a $27 digital product or a $97 digital product or a $200 digital product, wherever your price is going to be. But we want to make sure that any digital products that you create is going to help you achieve that goal of not having to actively work when you retire, or not having to actively show up and do something when you leave that 9 to 5. Now, of course, a lot of us like coaching. A lot of us like being on calls. Like I do at least once a year, or well, I'm not going to say once a year because last year I didn't open up any group coaching, but this year I scheduled my first group coaching for mid-July. because I wanted to take a little time off from it. But I brought it back because I love it. So you may want to do some active work, but in between those times, we have to always make sure that we have that income coming in, those notifications of payments received from those digital products. So the goal is not to build things now that are not working for you in the future. Right now, a lot of people are building things that are trending. A lot of people are building how to use Claude or how to use ChatGPT. Claude and ChatGPT change every single day. So that's not something that's going to be an asset. So think about something that you do. Think about your experience. Think about how that can help someone in the long term. Just say, for example, if you're working in HR, if you have experience on how people get or knowledge on how people get hired or what you all look for in applications, that can be a mini course that you can put out that can be a long-term asset that can keep selling year after year. So you're probably wondering, like, why does this digital product even matter? So many women, a lot of women over 40, you're in a space right now where you're thinking about freedom, financial freedom, lifestyle freedom. You're thinking about flexibility. You're thinking about future security. But those digital products that we just spoke about, they're going to give you a way to turn what you already know into something that's useful and sellable that keeps on selling for you over and over again so that you get that financial freedom, so that you get that flexibility, so that you get that security that you need in those later years in life, so that your experience can keep working for you. Just say, for example, if you're right now, you're in your 40, 41 years old, and you are working in HR. That HR experience can live long after you leave that 9 to 5. Just say, for example, you're leaving that 9 to 5 in 3 years. You want to retire early. Start building those digital products now. You can have an entire digital product suite by the time you retire that is assets that's going to keep on selling over and over again when you retire. The one training that I mentioned before, that specific training brought in $10,000 over the course of that year. But after that year was over, I started launching other trainings that stemmed from that. So I was consistently in the space where I was earning from that simple training that I saw took off and earned me a ton of income. Of course, it blessed a lot of ladies because they earned income from the course. So I created products that stemmed from that and helped even more ladies from that. So when you start selling, you're going to start seeing those little breadcrumbs and you're going to know, okay, here's what I can create next. So here are some examples that I want to kind of throw out there. If you missed my video yesterday, I posted a video explaining to you about the layers of income so that you can have financial freedom. I'm going to link that at the end of this because it goes from really, really small sources of income to really, really big sources of income, such as like real estate investing. So we're going big or going home in that video. So make sure you're watching that. I'm going to link that at the end of this video. So here's some simple examples for a digital product. So a digital product can be a guide, it can be a checklist, it can be a workbook, it can be a mini course, it can be a template. But one thing that I want to add, one thing that's selling right now, and this is just for 2026. We don't know how things are going to go down the road. Things are being bundled together. So just say, for example, you want to create a guide or an ebook. You want to combine that with a checklist and combine it with a template. You can create that quickly in Claude, like literally. You can create that quickly in Claude. If you don't know how to create digital products, I would say check out my mentorship, passive income and prosperity mentorship, where I teach you how to create digital products. I give you the tools to sell those digital products. I give you templates. You have PLR products in there, which are private label rights products, where you can just grab those, open them up in Canva, add your information and sell them if you don't have any digital products right now. So it's easy to bundle digital products, especially when you've kind of gotten in your groove of creation. You'll see, okay, well, I can bundle this ebook with this guide. Or when you're creating an ebook, you can say, oh, I can create this quick checklist to go with it. But I would say if you're just starting, just start with one ebook or one checklist or one mini course. Don't overcomplicate it. That one ebook or one checklist or one workbook needs to solve one specific problem that people want. So here's the visibility piece of it. I know a lot of you are thinking, okay, I'm creating digital products. I've created digital products before, but they're not selling, like they're collecting dust. So first, we're going to knock some of that dust off of that digital product. Like in my mentorship, again, I have a challenge called Sell It in 7 Challenge. I'm going to link my mentorship in the description. The Sell It in 7 Challenge walks you through one tip each day to get your product sold within 5 to 7 days to start making sales. Also on Mondays, I have a Monday Sell It prompt, which is a prompt that you can use that I share with you so that it gives you an idea. One that I did a couple of weeks ago was how to become a human FAQ for your brand. Frequently asked questions. You want people to think of you as the FAQ for your particular niche. They want to always come back to you or to your page. So I give you something like that, example prompts or ideas every single Monday in the mentorship. I'll drop that below. But the visibility piece of it, when a digital product becomes even stronger, is when it's getting discovered over and over again, time after time, month after month, week after week, year after year. I mentioned in my video yesterday, one of the YouTube videos that I was searching for, what was I searching? Yoga. I was searching for yoga because I have scoliosis in my back. So I needed to do more stretches, but I want to make sure that it was safe for my condition. So the first two videos that came up were super old, 8 years and 5 years. 8 years old and 5 years old. One was 2.2 million views, and the other, sorry about the noise, the other was about 500K or something like that. But they are monetizing that. Another thing that happened to me actually this morning, a pin that I posted several months ago got recently, like starting recently, over 1,000 impressions, and impressions over there is views to the other platforms that you're on. So things can pick up later on down the road. So if you're posting a digital product today, for example, and you're not getting any traction from it this week or this month, maybe not even this year, on Pinterest, if you decide to use Pinterest, it can be picked up later on down the road because Pinterest and YouTube are search-based platforms. People can come to Pinterest or YouTube a year later, 2 years later, 5 years later. And just like I found that information about yoga yesterday from 8 years ago and 5 years ago, somebody can find your information about your digital product 5 years from now. And you'll probably be sitting on a beach somewhere retired and getting notifications of payments received from a digital product that you created 5 years ago. So that's why we have to choose platforms that are going to continue to push us over and over and over again. So I want you to know that this is not just about when you're creating digital products, this is not just about creating extra cash today. It's about creating assets that support your future self. So if you want help building this income with strategy, I want you to check out our second chapter mastermind. I keep calling it Second Chance because that was the initial name that I thought of when I decided to launch it. It is the second chapter mastermind. We start July 16th. It's on my other website, which is theburkscollective.com. So go ahead and check that out. I want to make sure that anyone that watches my videos or anyone that follows me, you're not in a space 5, 10, 15, or 20 years from now where you're going to have to go and get a second job because you decided not to do digital products because you didn't know how to sell them. We are going to position you to not only to scale your business with digital products, we're going to make sure that you're layering that income so it continues to flow year after year. So let me know in the comments if you have any questions, but I would love to see you all in the second chapter mastermind. Also, you can check out my mentorship if you need immediate access to help you to create digital products. I have tons of information over there. It's on school in the classrooms tab. Just check the description below and let me know if you have any questions in the comments. All right. Enjoy your day.